You're not broke because you're a bad coach, promise. You're broke and you don't have any leads because nobody's searching for mindset coach. And if that's the title on your site or on your Instagram profile, that's your real problem. My name is Don Markland, and I've been there. I'm the CEO of Accountability now, and we work with coaches all over the world. And I know exactly what you're going through. I have my own 7-figure coaching practice, but there was a time I was starting exactly where you are now. I have my MBA. I've had successful exits, Forbes contributor, and still, when I started my practice, I couldn't get coaching leads to save my life. I wasted almost $10,000 before I even signed my first client. But what I've learned since has helped me and now thousands of other coaches break through that dry spell. So if you're stuck in I'm a great coach, I love people, but I can't get leads. If you're stuck in that trap, this video is for you. So first things first, stop acting like a coach and start acting like a business owner. Here's what most coaches get wrong. Act like an enormous brand, right? They're acting like Pepsi, or they're acting like Lululemon. They get a logo, a big fancy logo, check. They get a big fancy website, check. Big social media and big brand exercise, check. They're worried about their brand persona and their customer avatar. They might even get merch and not $1 in revenue. How do I know that's true? Because that was me. I had the whole package. I had all those things except clients. I was acting like a coach instead of operating a business. Business owners don't start with branding. They start with revenue. That means getting one thing dialed in, your offer. So here's your first tip right away. Ditch the website. I want you to just build a landing page with a really clear, pain-based headline like, tired of underperforming employees killing your sales team? Let's fix it in 30 days. That's if you're working on sales, right? Whatever it is. No one pays for transformative mindset experiences. They pay to solve problems. They pay to solve a problem that's costing them time, money, anxiety. That's it. Speak to the problem that you solve. Sign up for Go High Level. We'll have a link to that in the notes down below. And just sign up for that and get a simple funnel page. You don't need a big fancy website. You are not Lululemon, at least not yet. You're not Nike. Stop thinking like a big brand. Think like a business. Number 2, the truth about why Mindset Coach actually doesn't sell. Mindset Coach is so vague, inward facing. And I get it. You've been set up for failure so much by your practitioner certification schools. They tell you it's okay to do this. In fact, oftentimes they encourage it because they're really just trying to get you to pay for their certifications. But it's about you and your philosophy, not the client's pain and their problem. When I began my coaching practice, I was a business coach, and I called myself a business coach. I was throwing darts at a wall and hoping something stuck. And it turns out, even in business coaching, most clients don't even know they need a coach. They do know that they need to increase their monthly revenue by $20,000, or they need to stop losing high-performing team members, or they need to finally get control over their schedule. And so I realized, instead of calling myself a generic thing like a business coach, I had to start niching down and speaking to the problem that I solved. And so we created a formula, and that's what I'm going to teach you right now. Frame it like this. I help insert a specific person. Solve, insert the problem that you solve. It's painful. It's got to be a measurable problem. Pick the defined time frame, 90 days, 6 months, whatever it is, with your specific framework. For example, I help 7-figure agency owners delegate operations so they can finally unplug without burning down the business. Now that's specific. That's sales. And you can come up with your own for your mindset coaching practice. And here's a little trick for mindset coaches. Don't say things like unstuck. Don't say things like I help business owners get unstuck, because that is not a problem to solve. Speak specifically to the problems that they need to get unstuck from, the solutions that you help with. Now here's part 3, the free strategy sessions that are probably killing you. I used to offer free coaching session calls left and right, thinking once they see how good I am, they'll buy. And what was wrong was I was attracting freebie seekers, people who were never going to buy because I wasn't qualifying them. So it wasn't that I didn't have free coaching sessions. I still do, but I have a little bit of a qualifying form to help me see who they are before I have that coaching session. So in my Go High level, I have a couple of questions that helps me learn a little about who they are before they book the appointment. We'll ask questions about their revenue or the problem they're trying to solve, or have they invested in coaching before, which helps me determine, are they buyers or are they just searchers? Don't build your calendar just full of freebies. Fill it between clients that you know are going to actually or potentially buy. And this all leads up to what you need in your niche called the undeniable authority framework. And this is the crux of not only our program that we work with coaches on, but the number one thing that will help you find your niche and scale your practice. This changed everything. You don't need just a niche. You need to build it on your undeniable authority. Undeniable authority is based on your history, your results, your proven record that shows you are unquestionably excellent and should be in a specific industry or demographic to help them as an authority in that role or that space. And that means you can now show up in the world, be in those Facebook groups or Slack communities or industry podcasts. You can publish case studies or testimonials. You can speak their language precisely so it feels like you're in their head. The number one reason people buy from somebody is they feel like you have shared commonality. And so when you have undeniable authority, they will feel like you relate to their problem. And when you relate to their problem, they'll feel comfort in that. And that's what will make them want to buy from you over and over again. And as you're consistently posting on social media in your undeniable authority about the problems that you solve, it'll bring people to you. If you've been calling yourself a mindset or an executive coach or a business coach without any of this clarity, just drop a comment and say it's time to niche, and I'll reply with a little resource that'll help you get dialed in, I promise. Being a great coach, it isn't enough. Loving what you do and loving the people you serve isn't enough. Having a passion for people is table stakes in the coaching industry. They don't care how much you love to coach. They don't care how much you love your clients. They want to know, can you solve specific problems? You've got to be the obvious solution to their specific problem. Stop branding. Stop begging for leads. Start solving specific problems for specific people. Because here's the truth. Success in coaching isn't about who you can coach. It's about who you can sell coaching to. Now you've got the skill. Now it's time to act like the business owner you are.